They've won Tonys and Oscars and Emmys and Grammys. There's no red carpet because they're home in their jammies. From Melrose Place to Broadway to Janeway and her crew, let Seth and James bring all the stars to you.
Anywho,
they're entertaining everyone, so who's gonna grouse? Just sit right back and you'll hear some tales on Stars in the House.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Stars in the House. I'm James Wesley, and my husband is
Seth Rudetsky. And
That's right.
I apologize for that opening vocalist. That was an up-and-comer we gave a chance to, named Liz Callaway. And one day she'll. Oh, gotta go. Okay. Okay, so no comeback. I love it when she can't.
Oh,
So,
gosh.
Two things I want to say. Besides having the amazing Liz Callaway and Hampton Callaway together, finally in the same actual place,
Yes.
we have a Kennedy Center honoree, Justino Diaz, who's the bass, and that is why I've decided to wear literally the most amazing bass in the world shirt. That is why I'm wearing my B. Arthur shirt. But twist ending, Julie
Right.
has not cut my hair, and I
You
realized,
noticed my hair is cut.
yeah,
right?
Julie cut James' hair, but she's not cut mine, and I realized that I literally have the same hairstyle as Maude.
Wow, you really do.
Have you ever seen? It's devastating. I have the same vocal range and hairstyle. Anywho, you may be asking what this show is. It's called Stars in the House. James, what the hell is it?
Stars in the House is our live stream that we began. Oh, Seth's getting our dog, Mandy. Our live stream that we began March 16th, 2020 for the Actors Fund. And the Actors Fund is for anyone who is an entertainer, who is a professional in the entertainment business. And that is anywhere.
Hold on, I just got
yes, go ahead.
sassed.
What you got sassed?
He's a baritone. Okay, comedy people.
I know listen. Okay, Miriam, I was going to
So
correct him.
literal.
I was going to correct Seth,
Have
but
you heard his tone? It's complete Basso Profundo-esque.
But I was going. I knew that Seth was going for the joke for Maude, so I didn't interrupt.
So I guess B. Arthur is a baritone, and that makes a difference.
Well, you could have said that Justino is a baritone and Maude was actually a bass. You could have actually probably worked on it.
Anywho,
But considering you came up with the joke literally at places,
when I put on the
that
shirt.
was as good as it got. Anyway, the Actors Fund is for people on stage, backstage, in opera. We've always said opera, but now we actually have an opera singer with us today. People, anyone, if you're a professional in the performing arts and you need help, you go to the Actors Fund, actorsfund.org.
And as we keep saying, people really need help. I don't know if you saw, but literally within minutes, they just canceled the Broadway production of Waitress.
That's right.
So it's over. It's not coming back. It's literally closed. So that's what happens. You think you have a job, and then suddenly you don't. And that's what the arts are. And that's why the Actors Fund is so necessary.
That's right. So if you are able to give help, if you need help, go to actorsfund.org. But if you're able to give, please go to starsinthehouse.com or text Fund 2020 to 56512. You'll get a receipt. Forward that receipt to donations at starsinthehouse.com. And one of our guests tonight will hopefully read your donation and your message. Last year, we had an amazing donation for the Callaway sisters because they were wearing red pajamas. And I see that they're wearing red. So maybe we'll be able to, they're not wearing pajamas that are matching, but hopefully maybe we'll still get really amazing donations in honor of the Callaways and the Diazes.
Yes. Are we showing a clip first? We're bringing them on.
Well, we can bring it on in a minute, but let's just tell everyone because we always forget. Next week, Monday and Tuesday, we're doing game nights that are going to we're working on it, right? With some shows that have been, a lot of shows, Broadway shows have been canceled. So we're hoping to get some cast members from some of those shows to come on, and that'll be Monday and Tuesday. So just stay tuned. Always the best thing to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media, and you'll find out who that is, or go to our website, starsinthehouse.com.
Everyone's very excited for game night.
Yes.
Monday and Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern.
That's right. Someone's saying Jagged versus Waitress. Well, there you actually, Zach, that's true. Two shows
It's a
that have
great
closed
idea,
in the
yeah.
last week. Jagged versus Waitress. Maybe we can make that happen. Our total that we are up to. Yes, I'm going to go let Mandy out. So wait 1 second. We are at $1,101,875 for the Actors Fund. On that note, Seth, you have a little clip to the show. Set that up while I let our annoying Mandy out.
So we had Liz and Ann on last year, and they had talked about how they'd worn matching nightgowns when they were kids. And we actually got a matching donation if they would wear matching nightgowns again. So I have a clip of them in their matching nightgowns, and they were in 2 different cities last year. It was very sad because of COVID. So this is them last year. Look how cute this is.
I am just dying seeing you in that nightgown.
I do think that if you could somehow find a way to do like a photo of the same way with you taller, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Next
No,
week.
definitely. I'm still taller. Yeah.
You're definitely worth a climb.
No, and I don't want you to be jealous. I've never worn the same outfit as Liz Callaway, but I have worn the same pose. You still got it.
And on that note, tonight, the sisters Callaway are together. Please welcome to Stars in the House and Hampton Callaway and Liz Callaway.
Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holidays.
Woo. It's a miracle. We're here. We've been on Stars in the House a lot, right? But always from different cities. And by the way, before I forget, Seth, it's just the Christmas colors. What you're wearing for the holiday special.
It works so well with what's James wearing.
Yeah, it's
Are
nice.
you sure you're gay?
I think this is actually a classic Jewish color.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Is it?
What?
Which branch of Judaism? Judy Garland?
I'm wearing this because of Justino. I told you.
No, I loved your joke about the key of B Arthur, and we're gonna try not to sing any songs in her key, the key of B natural. It's hard to play, but you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. So where are you broadcasting from, ladies?
We're here in Tucson, Arizona, at my piano in the same house. Woo!
Yes,
Yay.
we got here last night. Dan and I first went to California. We saw Johnny Mathis do a
You dropped
Christmas
name, so I
concert
picked it up.
on Tuesday night, which was my big bucket list item. And then Nicholas Menace in Phoenix last night, and we and here we are. This is actually the first Christmas we've been together in 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Aww.
Very emotional.
So this is amazing. And so I was trying to pack so much, which is why I packed my nightgown for us to do
Is that the reason? Is that the reason,
also,
Liz?
it was so hot to wear. I was
my nightgown is
dying
ready.
wearing that.
I
last
almost
year.
wore it tonight, but I just didn't want Liz to be upstage. So I'm that very
Well.
considerate sister.
That's the first. But anyway,
Well, you're both wearing red. It's like it works.
Yeah.
It totally
When
works.
everyone else is wearing tan, right?
Ah, the nanny theme. Oh, wait a minute.
Yes, that's right.
I know you have some songs planned, but I just realized, Anne, because you're there, can you do, Liz, can you do your quote unquote version of what you got to
The
sing for
medley
the
of our
nanny?
hit.
yeah, we can
Sure,
do that.
Yeah. Okay. Here we
Okay.
go.
Woohoo!
I'm not going to be able to play the same piano arrangement because we're sitting on the piano bench very close, but here we go. She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, till her boyfriend kicked her out. One of those crushing scenes.
What was she to do? Where was she to go? She was out on her fanny.
So over the bridge from Flushing to the Sheffield store. Makeup, but father saw more.
She had style, she had flair, she was there.
That's how she became
The nanny.
Who would have guessed that the guy we described? That's exactly what the guy described. Now the father finds him beguiling,
Watch out, CC.
and the kids are actually smiling.
Such modesty.
She's the lady in red when everybody else is wearing tan.
The flashy girl from Flushing.
The nanny named Fran. Woo!
Yes.
And
I always do. Whenever we perform it live, I now end it with a
Woo!
your signature. And did you get a residual because you just played that?
I hope so. Thank you so much. That will pay for some of Liz's Christmas presents.
yeah. No, and if I get some, I will donate my residual to the Actors Fund.
Oh,
gotta
such
kiss
a
up.
lovely girl.
Uh,
So special. I get tears.
Anne and Liz growing up were because
Oh
you're
no,
both
we haven't grown up yet. Have you?
Okay. Well, when you were children, because you're both so musical, were your parents just always like putting you in front of a whole group of their friends saying perform? And what was it like at Christmas in your house growing up?
Not me. Anne liked to perform. The only way I would perform if there was a party is if people would turn around and not look at me.
Really?
Oh my God. I was too shy. I absolutely couldn't bear the idea of singing in front of people.
Until high school.
High school. Until high
yeah.
school. But we had so much music. Our mom would be at the piano, and we'd always sing Christmas songs, and Christmas Eve we always attempted the Hallelujah Chorus, which we're going to get a karaoke track.
Yes, and I have my Messiah right there. So yes, we have to sing along Hallelujah Chorus. No, music was incredible, but it was just our little family that we did lots and lots of singing, and whoever was visiting, but not in front of big parties. We didn't have
we didn't have big Christmas parties.
No.
Wait, when you say Hallelujah Chorus, would you do it with just your mom and your dad, or you'd have who would be singing the Hallelujah Chorus? I love that idea.
Well, that was later on after our parents got divorced, and then we would have holiday parties at our house with a few close friends, and then later on, and when Nicholas and Dan and everybody we would be sitting around the piano, and our mom would hold court.
But the thing is that Mom and Ann and I all knew the soprano part. And our mom could play the Hallelujah Chorus. She played it with gusto. Yes. She loved it. And so I always tried to do the alto part, and I would practice never completely. I'm about 3/4 of the way there. So tomorrow night you'll sing soprano, I will sing alto, Dan will attempt tenor, and Nicholas will sing bass.
Of course.
And Kari will probably
she'll be doing dream dancing.
She'll be dream dancing.
Ladies, send that video. We'll show it on our New Year's show.
Actually, maybe we'll try it. It'll be it'll start off good, and then it'll just be awful. It'll be fabulous.
Sometimes it's actually pretty good. I mean, with creative moments.
It's fun though. It's my favorite. That's one of my favorite. That's probably my favorite tradition, along with reading The Night Before Christmas.
That's right. Here's the book that we had when we were children. We still have it.
Oh, right. You told us about that last year.
Yeah. Right, so I'm not sure who's going to read it, but that'll be, because I think we tried to do it on FaceTime last year, and it just wasn't quite the same. But so it's going to be so emotional for us to just be together this time, and
when Kari was my wife, Kari, for those of you, she decorated the house. I think there's 10 Christmas trees in our house. So.
Unbelievable.
It's Christmas on steroids.
So Christmassy here. It's just gorgeous.
But what's the temperature? Is it around 30 degrees, 20 degrees?
No.
Everybody was in shorts sitting by the pool, and it was in their sunglasses today. And Dan took a drive in the convertible. It was a nice day.
It was a nice day. And I'm trying to catch up on my Christmas. I'm very behind in my Christmas shopping. So I was Christmas shopping, but it's going to rain tomorrow, I think.
Is it?
Yeah,
okay.
It's going to rain.
In Arizona. Hey, someone, Susan Nipper just said she's going to go see you. Where are you both performing together?
Feinstein's 54 Below, January 4th through 8th. At long last, we're scheduled this 3 times. Broadway, the Callaway. So, and that'll be the first time we've performed in New York together in over 2 years.
Yeah.
You're also performing apparently at a place for an aging audience. You're going to be, according to this, at 64 Below.
I like that. That's funny. By the way, you have donations on your phone, I hear.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Amazing.
I love they already donated. We haven't even...
I'm looking. This is
you haven't even sung yet.
We
did the nanny theme. I mean, that's pretty inspiring.
Well, okay. I guess.
I do have it. Here we go.
Christmas song.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Sorry, everyone.
That's all right, Liz.
Dear Seth, James, Dr. LaPook, and the Stars in the House staff, thanks so much for keeping us entertained, informed, and optimistic over the last 21 months. Tonight, we're donating $54, 3 times $8, 18 chai to the Actors Fund in honor of the amazing Hampton Callaway and Liz Callaway. We love you. Deb and I are wishing everyone a happy and very healthy 2022. L'chaim, Deb and Toby.
Hi, Deb and Toby from Austin, Texas. We love you.
Want to read this one?
Sure.
Do you want my glasses?
No. Dear Seth and James, sending this in early in anticipation of seeing Ann and Liz on your show tonight. Getting Christmas off to a flying start as they did so memorably last year. Thanks for bringing them back on this year. And thanks for all the amazing hard work you do for the Actors Fund. Wishing everyone a happy holiday season and a brighter, more settled new year. With love from London, B and Laura, $250.
Whoa.
Yay! And Bea and Laura were the wonderful, incredibly generous nightgown. They brought
the sponsors
yes,
of the
they
nightgowns.
sponsored our nightgowns last
Oh,
Yes, we love you so much.
Okay,
And they're going to be at 54 Below, Fine Swings 54 Below in January. Diva blessings, it will all work out.
And now there's no daring Liz to wear flannel tonight. Just love and admiration for two extraordinary sisters whose stunning talents are matched by their generous hearts. And as always, thank you to James, Seth, Dr. LaPook for all you do to support the arts community as you entertain and inform us during these still very challenging times. Blessings to you all. Appreciatively, Deb. Thank you, Deb.
We love you, Deb. Arts angel extraordinaire.
yes, always.
And she's so subtle. She didn't say how much, but it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
Happy holidays to the SITH core fam, to Seth James, Dr. LaPook, David Katz, and every team member. And stay safe. Stay sane. Love, Isabel from Germany. Isabel from Germany, thank you for your $50 donation tonight. Yay.
Woo! She's
Love it.
awake. That's live right now. And Liz, a little Jewish education, dear. There's chai tea, and then the number 18 is pronounced chai.
Hi.
And it's good luck. So it's 3 times chai.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And I tried
did not
to
know that.
mask my devastation, but apparently
No.
Sorry, Deb and Toby.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
just saying.
I learned something.
Yeah, it's good
There
luck.
you go.
18. Okay, so hold on. I know you guys have songs. I want to space them out. What do you want to do first?
What do you
What
want
do you
to
want to do? No, you pick.
No, you pick. You pick.
It's between Silent
No,
Night,
you-
Mary Did You Know, or God Bless My Family. What are you in the mood to hear? Something well known or something an AAC?
You should close with Mary Did You Know because I'm obsessed with
Yeah,
that.
I agree. I agree
Okay.
with Seth.
All right, so now we're going to do a song that I wrote when Liz and I were performing with the New York City Gay Men's Chorus at Carnegie Hall many years ago.
Amazing.
And there was a poinsettia on each to honor each person who people in the family of the chorus had lost. And so I decided to write a song, and it's become one of my favorite Christmas songs I've ever written or recorded. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yes.
With much love to everybody here tonight.
It's Christmas time. Outside the snow is falling like a million stars, like a million dreams all dressed up in white.
I'm writing Christmas cards, with joy that's tinged with sadness as I think of friends. Some are here and some are gone, but our love goes on and on like the snow tonight. And oh, what a family my life has given me. From the corners of the earth to the reaches of the sky, we touch eternally. And though my heart aches every day,
This Christmas, I will find a way to let each face I've ever loved shine out in me. God bless my family. As years go by, the carols we sang as children gather memories.
what was just a song now feels like a prayer, welcoming us home to Father's
fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers everywhere. Some we've lost and some we found, as love circles us around in the songs we share. And oh, what a family my life has given me. From the corners of the earth to the reaches of the sky, we touch eternally. And though my heart aches every day, this Christmas I will find a way to let each face I've ever loved shine out in me. God bless my family. So fly, angels of my heart, we'll never be apart. Tonight I say a prayer for loved ones everywhere. You're a part of my family that life has given me. From the corners of the earth to the reaches of the sky, we touch eternally. And though my heart aches every day, this Christmas I will find a way to let each face I've ever loved shine out in me. God bless my family. You'll always live in me. God bless my
Yay! That was beautiful.
It's amazing. After all, all the times we would do this show and be on the same show, but we could never sing together. So this is like so nice.
Yeah.
Was there a favorite song that your mom or dad had, or, that they were like, Liz, and sing this every Christmas? Did they have favorite Christmas songs?
We had two songs that were the family favorites. I think "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" was our favorite of the secular songs,
right.
and "Oh Holy Night" was our favorite hymn, and so. Every year we make sure we sing those songs.
Yeah, but "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Yeah. I think of that. And that always makes me cry.
Me too. Especially through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. It's like, oh.
And then until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow.
That's right. Perfect song.
Liz,
perfect song for this.
Did
I recorded on both my. Pardon me?
Did you sing that last year? Because I was talking to David before the show. You did? Okay.
Yeah,
I'm going to sing it later, I think.
I recorded it on both of my Christmas albums, but on the last one, the Comfort and Joy, the one that I did last year during the pandemic, I did the original lyrics, which felt more from Meet Me in St. Louis, which felt more appropriate than, and so I've kind of, in concerts, I've kind of done them both ways this year.
Because one is more depressing, right?
Right. And so last year I recorded the depressing version.
I usually try to do this year I try to use both lyrics in the song, so it's to have a little hope too.
Absolutely.
Those happen to be my two favorite Christmas songs.
Oh wow.
Oh Holy Night and then and Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
Well, they're incredibly beautiful songs and they go right to the heart. So good taste.
And actually, Liz, do you have more donations?
I
You may.
I guess I do. Yes. Okay. So let's see. My gift is without my reading glasses. Look out. My gift is in honor of the great Liz Callaway, whom I was privileged to see in concert last Saturday. Oh, I was in St. Louis. My fourth time seeing her live, going back to Miss Saigon. Much love to Anne as well. Gregory from Missouri, $20. Thank you, Gregory.
Merry Christmas. Please be safe and enjoy your families. Mark from Massachusetts, $100. Thank you so much,
Thank you, Mark.
We love Mark. He's a regular.
This donation is in honor of Anne and Liz Callaway, my favorite singing sisters. Thank you, Seth and James, for all you continue to do for the Actors Fund. Debbie Klein, $50.
And the last donation we see here is I'm by myself this holiday season, so thanks for keeping me company. So sorry that Broadway is going through a rough patch at the moment, but looking forward to seeing so many shows in 2022. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Samantha for $25. Samantha, we're sending you a big hug.
Yes.
You're not alone. You have us, and we can be your adopted sisters.
Well, Liz and Anne, since you're together with the whole family in person, we don't want to keep you too long, but of course we would love the other song.
Okay.
Can you sing one more time before you leave?
Yes, of course.
Sure.
Yes.
And Liz, can you clarify your Spotify list so everyone cooks their meals listening to it? How do they follow that list?
I did. Yeah, I made a playlist of every holiday song I've ever recorded, and so that's on my Spotify. And Anne just did like a 9-hour playlist.
9-hour. So if you have a really long Christmas celebration, it's called the Hope of Christmas playlist.
So yeah, if you look us both up on Spotify, you can see all our various Christmas songs. And
anyway,
we'll
this mashup is from Liz's holiday EP called Merry and Bright. And we hope it brings a lot of joy to everybody here. Thank you so much for tuning in and for your beautiful contributions.
Yes.
Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon Virgin Mother and Child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would one day walk on water? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would save our sons and daughters? Did you know that your baby boy has come to make you new? This child that you've delivered will soon deliver you. Mary, did you know that your baby boy would give sight to a blind man? Mary, did you know that your baby boy would calm a storm with his hand? Did you know that your baby boy has walked where angels trod? And when you kiss your little baby, you've kissed the face of God. Ooh.
Did you know? Did you know the blind will see, the deaf will hear, the dead will live again, the lame will leap, the dumb will speak, the praises of the Lamb. Mary, did you know that your baby is Lord of all creation? Mary, did you know that your baby would one day rule the nations? Did you know that your baby boy is heaven's perfect lamb? The sleeping child you're holding is the great I am. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heaven. Sleep in heavenly peace.
Yeah.
Still got it.
That belting was for you.
Wait, both songs. I was going to say, Anne, thank you for making Liz belt for the first time in 40 years. Brava.
I do what I can for you, Seth.
I like to have a wintry mix, but every so often, a little belting. That was for you.
It was so great. And before you go, you guys keep breaking up the donations. So would you read some more?
Oh, it's
Yes.
wonderful.
Oh, wow.
Fantastic. Thank you,
Oh my
everybody.
God,
It's so
yes.
wonderful.
And yes, and can I just say to everyone watching, just thank you from the bottom of our hearts for everyone is so generous with donating to the Actors Fund, and it's so important. And you have no idea how many people you're helping, and no amount is too small. So thank you so much for that.
We know so many people who've been benefited, and it really touches lives in a very significant way. And so thanks to James and Seth, or as we like to call you now, Sith, because of all that you've done. So what do we
start this one?
Sure. Okay. Donating in honor of Bob Runkle, who had Julia, Lori, S, Helene, and I, and more of the Sith core fam on his podcast, The DJ Bob Show. We love you, Seth, James, Liz, and Anne. Merry Christmas. Tag from Ireland, $15. Thank you. Hello to Ireland.
Yes,
Yay.
thank you for staying up late.
That's Tig. He pronounces it. Isn't that an interesting
Tig.
name? Tig.
Oh, okay. It's like hi.
Yeah, and
There you go.
so proud to donate. So proud to donate to the Actors Fund tonight in honor of my Seth and James and Liz and Anne. I can't thank you enough for all the performers you have introduced me to since March 2020. But my most favorites are Liz and Anne Callaway. Aww. Happiest of holidays to you, and all my love and best wishes to the entire Stars in the House family for the new year in 2022. Love, Carol in Texas. Thank you, Carol.
Thank you.
And then next,
Oh, so is it this one?
That's that one.
Okay.
Oh God.
So wonderful to see Anne and Liz tonight. You make the holidays even more special. Thanks for all you do. And thanks always to Seth and James. Charles Evans. Hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
From San Francisco. $20.
Yay.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
Come on, I dare you.
Please accept this donation in honor of Anne, Liz, Seth, and James. It was a real treat catching Anne's show in West Yarmouth and Liz and Seth's show in Provincetown this summer. And an extra special thank you to Anne for being such a special, gracious host on the radio. Oh, God. Best wishes for a safe, healthy, and happy New Year. Best wishes, Scott Ping, $50.
Oh my
my
almost
God.
flat. Liz, that's amazing.
Thank you so
That
much.
was a high C.
Was it?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Good. Very good.
Thank you. I'm here all week.
What style do you want this one to be?
Spoken.
Okay, no.
Ooh.
Seth and James, thank you both for continuing to entertain us and being a shining light during some trying days. What you are doing for the actors' fun is truly tickle-molum, helping to repair the world. Stephen, Yvonne, Sheeran, $70.
Those are my cousins. Oh my God.
Hey, how
Hi,
wonderful.
Stephen and Yvonne.
Can
That's
we
so
have
sweet.
one last donation. What are you going to do now, Liz?
A dramatic reading.
There you go.
Happy holidays to the entire Stars in the House staff and core fam. Blessings to you all for the new year, and all my thanks for keeping us sane and informed for another year. And to Liz and Ann for your continued beauty and joy. All my love, Lori S. Queen Gamer. Queen Gamer, yes, $25. Thank you, Lori.
Yes.
And just a special shout out to this, the incredible community that because of what you two have done over the last year, it's just amazing. And all the people that I've met, since we've been going back to doing live shows and concerts, so many people have said how much they've loved Stars in the House, and to Dr. LaPook too. And just from personally, you've helped me so much and my family so much.
So thank you so much,
thank
you guys.
you.
Merry Christmas and
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays. And
We
an
love you
amazing
both.
New Year, everyone. Let's make this the best year ever, no matter
Yes.
what happens.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.
All right. Speaking of Dr. LaPook, we are going to bring on the chief medical correspondent of CBS News and Stars in the House, Dr. Jon LaPook.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Dr. LaPook.
I'm having a little trouble hearing you, but this is we spare every expense generally. But here is the Channel 11. Here's the Stars in the House Yuletide log.
Very nice.
I remember that. They would always have that on Channel 11.
Remember Channel 11?
Yes, of course. Dr. LaPook, you look so fancy.
Very fancy. I'm having trouble hearing you, but and I'll hold it up. Maybe you can.
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can hear
me fine?
you.
Okay.
All right. So anything we have this clip here that David uploaded.
Yeah.
but
Why
I
don't you
haven't
start
seen
with
it
that? That was on tonight's evening news. This is hot off the presses, 2 hours and 8 minutes ago.
All right. Should we show it?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to show it right now.
All of this is making for tough choices for many families to get together or not this holiday. Joining us now is CBS's Dr. Jon LaPook. Jon, I know a lot of people out there saying, you know what, just not worth it. Others, though, haven't seen their loved ones in 2 years. Is there any way to get together safely?
Nothing's 100%, Jamie, but I think you can. And it starts with a clear COVID protocol. That means being upfront, absolutely honest about people's vaccination status, potential exposure to the virus over the previous week or so. And then you can decide, are you comfortable with the risk?
You talk about a COVID protocol. Does that start before you even get together?
Absolutely. At least a week before you get together, people should be especially careful about any potential exposure. And then, of course, vaccination and getting boosted. And Jamie, the CDC told me that the booster starts to give you protection against this virus within 48 hours of getting the shot. And then we have to up our mask game. Yeah. The better the mask, the better the protection. You want to have a good fit. You don't want to have that mask slipping down under your nose or billowing out at the cheeks.
I know, I've put the cute ones away. It's all about the N95, KN95 now, right? So that's the beforehand. What about when you get to your family or friend's house for the holiday?
Well, you know, those rapid tests, if you can find one, can be very helpful at picking up if you have enough virus in your system to infect somebody else. Best used immediately before you get together with somebody. But remember, if you have symptoms, stay home, even if it seems to be just a cold or allergies. You know, it could be COVID. And then there's ventilation and filtration. You got to remember the virus travels through the air. So open a window, crack a door, and use an air filter if you have one. And then finally, keep it small. Dr. Fauci told me this morning he'd like people to avoid large gatherings. For example, Christmas parties with 20 or more people.
All good ideas. I do have to ask you, though, I'm seeing this on social media. Unvaccinated people are seeing vaccinated people and boosted people testing positive. They're saying, what's the point? Dr. LaPook, what is the point?
The point is you still may get infected if you're vaxxed and boosted, but you are much less likely to get seriously ill. That's the point.
It's a good point. Dr. Jon LaPook, thank you.
What a great report.
That was excellent.
Yeah, today was all CBS all the time. I had two reports, one on at 7:05 about the new drug, Paxlovid from Pfizer, which decreases hospitalizations and death by 88% if taken within 5 days of symptom onset. And then at 8:02, one just answering viewer questions about this, that, and the other thing about COVID.
Seth, you had a question, didn't you, from a friend, or no? You're going to email it? Okay.
I can't hear that well.
Okay, that's true.
I'm going to email you, Dr. LaPook.
You can email. I just want to say something because this is a misconception going around. People are hearing that Omicron appears to be less deadly. You know, that you're seeing a huge shoot up in the numbers. But in South Africa, for example, and elsewhere, like in Scotland, the hospitalizations aren't quite going up at the same rate as the cases, and the ICU stays are also a little bit blunted. Don't be faked out by that. A lot of that, or part of that, may be because the populations, for example, in South Africa, have already been devastated, had previous infections with COVID, so they have some underlying immunity, and then there's that plus the vaccinations people have had. So if you are unvaccinated and you're home saying, hey, I've heard that Omicron is less deadly, do not think that. Because you can really get into big trouble and end up in a hospitalization. The CDC had a statistic that you're 20 times more likely to die if you're unvaccinated than if you're vaccinated. So get vaccinated.
Absolutely.
And if you're eligible.
Boosted.
And I want to say that there's a great article, if you haven't read it, that's with Dr. LaPook and Joe Allen and Greg Evans from Deadline. That's in Deadline. So if you Google, we'll put it on our social media. I don't know if Dr. LaPook you did, but did you put it on yours, Seth?
Yeah, it's on all my social media.
It's a very, very thorough Q&A that's between Dr. LaPook and it's just really, really.
It was actually with Michael Minna and Kim. Oh no, that one was with Joe. You're right, with Joe Allen.
It just came out today.
We've done so many things. You're right. That was with Joe Allen.
But it's excellent. So we'll have it on our social.
Yeah, just look up Deadline, Dr. LaPook, or look up my social. All right, Dr. LaPook, talk to you soon. Thank you as usual.
Wait, I'm going to sign off with this.
Yes.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Still got it.
Jack Frost nipping at my... Anyway, no chestnuts, no Jack Frost. Happy holidays.
Bye, Dr.
LaPook.
Bye. Yeah, I forgot about that article. It was really, really good. So
now, before we bring on Justino, or should we show our sponsor video?
No, we're going to do that last, Seth.
Okay.
Yes, because we have one of our new sponsors. Seth and I made a video with I was literally going to say Dr. Katz, David Katz, who did a fantastic job on the script and filming it and editing it.
We'll show that at the end.
And we're going to show that at the end. But no, right now, let's bring on our
Natascia.
next family. No, I think they're both here.
He said the audio is not
okay,
good.
Great. Okay.
So, David, when the audio is good for Justino, we'll bring him on. Until then, let's bring on the Justino Jr. Please welcome Natascia Diaz.
Hey, Sam. Oh,
hi, Natascia. Welcome to Stars in the House.
Oh, well, I decided that today was the day that I would relinquish my status as the only person on planet Earth who has not been on Stars in the House. Yay!
About effing time. If people don't know, I've known Natascia for so many years. She went to college with Jack Plotnick, one of my best friends. Did West Side Story opposite Andrea Burns, one of my best friends. So I feel like I've known you probably since you moved to New York, right, Nat?
Yeah, before, because I was hearing your name with Jack when we would be in school.
That's
you
so
know,
cute.
so like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
like you were just always this like wonderful, smart, funny presence that would like sort of come in. And I was like, so you were sort of like a little branch of our like Carnegie Mellon tree.
Oh, I
Always.
love that. I wish I'd
Yeah.
gone with you guys. So Natascia's dad just got a Kennedy Center honors last night, and that's why we're going to bring him on soon. But I just want to give a little shout out to Natascia and the crazy level of talent you have, because her dad's a famous opera singer. Now, your mom is a famous ballet dancer, right?
She was. This is a very beautiful story, actually. So my mother was in town. She was a child prodigy ballerina. She did Giselle at the age of 13. And she came to the Met with the Bolshoi. And the story goes that she was in the hallways of the Met, the old Met, and she heard my father singing down the hall. And she said, "Who is that?"
Wow.
And so quite literally, his voice is the reason why I'm here.
Oh my gosh, that's a great story.
She's Russian?
No, my mom's Italian.
But
And my dad is Puerto Rican. My sister and I were both named after Russian ballerinas.
But wait, but why was your mom at the Bolshoi if she's not Russian?
She got chosen.
Wow.
She was that good. And she won every contest, they had all these whatever they did for young ballerinas, she won every single one of them. And she got chosen. She was in all the papers in Italy and in London. She was this, promising ballerina. And her mom put her on a ship to America. She didn't really want to come. And she made her go with Martha Graham. And it was the strangest turn of fate, but my mom found her way to the Met and met my dad. So they've known each other. I mean, my mom was 18 when she heard my dad.
Wow.
So, there's all kinds, and she found herself and made her way in her ballet career. She partnered with Eddie Villela for years. So that was amazing to see him at the Kennedy Center Honors, with they all wear their ribbons. And she danced with Helgi Thomason, but, it became clear, she had to stop early because between two careers, he was always touring the world. It became very difficult to have both parents be gone. It's funny because I don't remember them being gone. I remember them around a lot and being around in the wings. And I even toured with my dad when I was a little girl, but I was working. I was chosen to be a little dancer girl in the New York City Opera. And he would be doing like Rigoletto, and I was doing, the little kids and Cunning Little Vixen or Faust. And we actually found ourselves on tour. Like I had to do the schooling, remotely and everything. So that was the closest we ever came. But, and then I grew up and started my own trajectory. But it was like, both my parents, impossible acts to follow.
I was going to ask you, Natascia. So when you were a little girl, did you know that you were going to grow up in the performing arts? But did you know like, oh, I'm going to be a singer, I'm going to be a classical dancer? Like, what did you think growing up that you would grow up to be?
I thought it was the most normal thing in the world, but I knew that they were great, that they were not just good, that these were great artists that were lauded and realized their talents and got seen at a very young age. And there was something about when I would see my mom, I was present the very last time she danced on stage.
Wow.
And it was heartbreaking because I could see she was 32. She was at the top of her game.
Wow.
But I could see her, she was, and by the way, if anyone wants to follow me, Lady Diaz 777, I finally have footage of my mother dancing. It's never been seen.
Wow.
And you will see for yourself. I mean, when Seth, like it's just with anything. It's like when you arrive at a place where it's effortless, and she had she had achieved that. And you'll see, I mean, I'll post it. If you follow me, you'll see it. It's an incredible part of an artist's journey. I felt that slipping away. But every time I would see my dad, I remember I was in Carousel, which was right next door to the Met, where my father happened to be doing
Oh my gosh.
And I told because it was with Luciano Pavarotti, thank you very much. And I remember saying to everybody, I took a bunch of people from Carousel to see him.
Of course.
Right. And we sat, and Devin Richards, I mean, there's like a whole bunch of us. And I will never forget it. Like, I mean, sitting in row X, and that was one of the last time my dad sang on stage. But everyone's been writing to me since the awards. They're like, I'll never forget, you took us to see that. And the effect that he has had, and this, shining the spotlight on him right now is so interesting, Seth, because, it's like, I've been trying to tell people how amazing he is my whole life. And it's not that, everybody's looking for attention nowadays. I think everybody is like, how can I get the spotlight? How can I do this? And my dad's been living a very quiet life for the last 20 years. He was very spoiled. I think he quit too early because he was spoiled, because once you have a voice like that, the minute you can't sing it like that, you're like, oh, I don't have it anymore. It's gone. I can't sing it. I don't have it. But he hasn't been doing it. And all of a sudden, his enormous accomplishments have come back. He opened the new Met when it moved from Midtown with an opera that was written for him with Leontine Price. He won the Met auditions at age 23 years old. He then opened the Kennedy Center with the first opera there.
50 years ago.
50 years ago. And Ed Dixon was in the chorus, the Sir Dixon.
We love Ed Dixon.
And he was the only person that we could imagine. Because when my dad, I thought he called me, he said, Natascia, I have some news. And I thought he was going to tell me he has cancer or something. I was like, oh, Jesus, God, what? And he's like, I'm getting a Kennedy Center. I was like, Papa, oh my gosh, okay. And then he said, I have to do a toast or something. I mean, who, and there was only, and then we talked about it, and we both agreed there was only one person on earth. And it was Ed Dixon. And his speech, you can see it on Facebook. He's posted it. It brought the house down.
Aww.
And by the house, I mean the Library of Congress with an audience of stars of the highest caliber. Nancy Pelosi. I mean, it was, Seth, James, I can't explain. I mean, you probably have talk to people who've been through this, but it was, especially now, the whole thing was, I mean, and everybody, there was no egos. There was no like, oh, look at me. Everyone was just so happy to be there. And it was so chill. Every conversation I had, hanging out with, I haven't talked to Andy Blankenbuehler in so long, with Billy backstage, with Sergio, hanging with Letterman. I mean, it was like singing with Joni Mitchell. I sang with her in the corner. We were jamming.
Before your dad comes here, please tell the story about Ricky Minor and Joni Mitchell.
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to show it?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay. So I can say this now because the thing aired already. So we were secretly all trying to sneak away from my dad for this weekend and rehearse. So Katya and I finished my dad's rehearsal. We go off stage, talking to Ricky Minor, who's an accomplished musical director, Emmys, Tonys, you name it. And we had been working very tightly with him because my sister and her husband wrote, as their band, Break Out the Crazy, they arranged the song that we sang for my father, En Mi Viejo San Juan. So we were very familiar with him. He said, oh, I gotta rehearse Joni's section now. And I was like, oh my God, I love Joni. And I sang a little strain from Blue. And he's like, okay, I'll see you later. So we're downstairs and we're about to leave the dressing room area. And Katya's husband gets a call, and it's Ricky from the stage. And he says, is Natascia still there? And he's like, yeah, why? What's up? We're just about to leave. And he said, Nora Jones is not here, and we need someone to sing the rehearsal for her section for Joni's tribute. And I was like, he was like, can she do it? And I was like, but oh my God, like, you know, I hadn't warmed up, you know, I have a voice, I have a place in my voice that I call my Joni place. And Fosca lives there. It's like this, like, it's my, like, I literally like warm up to do Fosca with Joni. So, I mean, I practically use Joni's Blue album for any song, any show that I do. So Blue is my album. I know Ladies of the Canyon some, but anyway, they were doing 3 small sections of Circle Game, Case of You, and Fallen. I didn't really know Fallen, but I knew Case of You and Circle Game, and I was like, he was like, can she come? Can she come? And I was like, oh my God, I'll just put my bags down. The stage manager came down to get me. And I went up on the stage and I sang Case of You. And it was thrilling. And my husband captured it in the audience. And I am in the shadows because, you know, they were rehearsing for Nora's segment, and Nora is sitting in light at the piano. And I stood in the shadows, but I sang Joni.
Here it is. It's so great. Watch this. It's Circle Game.
Yesterday a child came out to wander, caught a dragonfly inside a jar, fearful that the sky was full of thunder.
Beautiful. My gosh.
Oh my God, you sound great.
Do you have Case of You? Case of You is my favorite because I only have
Circle Game for some reason. But wait, the amazing news is Justino's headphones are working.
So
yay!
Okay, here comes Papa Diaz. 1, 2, 3, Kennedy Center honoree.
Oh God. I learned the damnation of Faust in 2 days, but I cannot get the thing straight. All right. Here I am.
We can see and hear you just fine. Welcome to Stars in the House.
Hi.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to do this. And I'm able to save a few minutes anyway.
First of all, Justino, besides the Kennedy Center honors, I'm completely impressed by the hair. Excellent.
By what?
Your hair.
My hair?
Your amazing hair. Yes.
Yes. Fantastic.
Why are you disappearing? The sound is disappearing.
No, right on my joke. Hold on. My comedy can't be ruined. Can you hear us now?
I can hear you very far away.
Oh, God.
Natascia, you talk to your dad.
Hey, there I am. Okay, wait.
Oh, you can hear me?
This
is live. This is how it rolls.
Yes.
It's all fine.
Happens sometimes.
Papa, he likes your hair.
There I am. Yeah, well, it's all due to my father. My father had a lot of hair, and it's the genes, you know, that I have nothing to do with this. It's except the light overhead.
I'm very impressed. Okay, so there's so many things to talk about, just about the artists you've worked with. You're like this link to these people, like just like Leontyne Price. What is it like to be opposite someone like that and have that sound coming at you?
Well, like all of them, all of those great divas, all of those great divas, if you're not careful, you tend to be hypnotized. especially when you're young. Afterwards, after a few months, you get used to it, singing with the greatest voices in the world. That's what I get for singing at the Met since I was 23 years old, And so I took it for granted. I'm still taking it for granted, except I compare those fabulous voices of the early 60s and 70s and 80s, and I compare to some things I hear now, and better not to compare. Better not to compare, because it's unfair to the other people, And but Birgit Nilsson, Joan Sutherland, Renata Tebaldi, all of those great names, they're singing right in your face, and you say you're learning. By the way, that's one thing you learn from listening to sopranos, tenors, baritones, and basses, mezzo-sopranos, from everybody.
What was your reaction when you got the phone call that you were getting the Kennedy Center honor? I
thought it was a mistake. I said, well, I thought, do you want me to sing for somebody? I said, no, we want you to be a recipient. And I said, oh, wow. You're just in time, because I'm not getting any younger. So this was the right year.
Well, Natascia sent us some clips. I want to show a couple of these. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff, which is amazing, but especially you walking in. What room of the White House? I've never been to the White House. Where's when President Biden was there and the other recipients? What room is that of the White House?
That's the room where it happens.
All right, here we have the little clip right here.
It's actually a very small room, and the corridor leading to it is very short, and those 3 Christmas trees is very tiny. The same thing as the Oval Office. Tiny. I mean, as big as my studio here almost.
But when you get there, you have a nameplate on your chair.
Hold on, we got to show that large. Hold on. Go.
And it's there on your chair waiting for you. And it's just, it's thrilling, because there's Nancy Pelosi and there's Biden talking about your father.
Yeah. It's you meet the president, and then I was the first one because my name begins with a D. So I had my 3 minutes, and then my 2 daughters came aboard, and they had their couple of minutes, and charming. The president and his wife, charming, wonderful people.
And we really got in under the wire, guys, because can you imagine if this Omicron surge had happened 3 weeks ago, none of this would have happened. And I just have to say, they were so thorough, weren't they, Papa? They were. Yeah. The testing that was going on, everyone in that, everyone in that theater, backstage, triple vaxxed, constantly tested. And we had met the president. The people around the nominees, we had done this special schedule that we had. And then we had our secret rehearsals that we tried to keep from our father, but
I know.
We did our best, but still it was a dream. Like the weather was like balmy. It was like beautiful, 67 degrees.
Yeah.
There were birds flying around when we walked out of the Oval Office. It was something out of a dream.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
So you wait a minute. You get a tour of the Oval Office from the President of the United States?
No, you walk in. You walk in, and that's so we have pictures coming with bios.
Yeah, there's very well organized, and one of the head organizers said to me in Spanish, "Señor Diaz, yo soy so and so." He told me his name, I forgot, and I am the head of the protocol, or I forgot what his title is, but he says, "Y yo soy puertorriqueño. I'm Puerto Rican," and I said, "Oh my God, we're everywhere." Good for us.
I love that. And look how close you are to, my God, how exciting is that? Getting the award.
That's in the Library of Congress. That's where the ceremony, yeah.
And look at this fabulous red carpet.
Because we have 2 honorees.
And then over here.
Thank you so much.
A red carpet inside the Opera House, inside Kennedy Center.
And Natascia, talk about what Bette Midler was saying about Justino's outfit.
Oh my God. Pop, I don't know, Papa, do you want to tell this story?
Well, no, she walked by me and she looked up at me, and she's tiny. She has
They're
the
all
body.
tiny. Every single one of them, besides my dad, is tiny.
They have the body. Bette has a body of a 14-year-old girl. Is that?
I know, truly.
And I'm sure she weighs the same as she did when she was 14. And she looked at me and said, "Oh my, is that Mephisto's cape?" And I said, "No, this is Scarpia." And she said, "Oh, Scarpia." And I said to her, I don't know why, stupid. I said, "I'll sell it to you." "Oh, let me think about that. Let me think about that." I said, "What else can you say to something stupid as I'll sell it to you?"
But Papa, can I tell the story about what Joni did in your ear?
Oh yeah, that's right after the Escamillo song, the Toreador song. Yeah.
Right.
So that's I mean, I like to think that my dad's relationship to Escamillo and Carmen is like my relationship to Anita. We all like we have that in common. So I think Joni really liked us, Papa. I think she liked you. There's a lot of gifts out there.
Yeah,
like, we hanging up in the box.
Yeah, we became, all of us, all 5 of us, we became instant friends because we deal with the same product. We're out there to make people feel good, and
or just feel.
Yes,
deeply.
exactly. Just make them feel, and they love you for it. So you have to give them a good show.
Yeah.
You deserve where you are. You deserve all the prizes you're gonna get, or whatever.
Right.
And so thank them by giving them a good show. And that's the essence of the theater.
Absolutely.
Well, but Papa, Seth, I mean, I don't know. They cut so many wonderful. They had to trim the actual awards went on for 4 hours.
Wow.
4 hours.
And when you take out the commercials, it's really only an hour and a half that's shown on CBS.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they had to trim a lot.
They have their commercial. They have their commercial obligations. We understand that.
I just need to give a shout out to CBS because CBS is killing it lately. I'm just noticing that CBS is just did that wonderful segment with the doctor. CBS did this wonderful Kennedy Center honors, and P.S. I'm going to be on FBI again. CBS.
Girl,
excellent.
CBS is killing the game. We're loving it. But so Letterman, there's so many great jokes that Letterman said that they they totally cut. But he said this great joke. He talked about my father, and Papa, you could say this, speaking about thanking your audience. They talk about my dad getting a 30-minute standing ovation.
Wow.
But it's okay. You can say that. And so David Letterman says, They gave him a 30-minute standing ovation.
Yeah.
It's like
Well,
the only-
I was not alone. Huh?
I know.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
was with Beverly Sills and Marilyn Horn, which
Thank
didn't
you.
hurt me, you know.
Yeah, but David Letterman said the only way I could get a 30-minute standing ovation is if I collapsed on stage.
No, but listen, let me tell the story of Joni after the big aria of Escamillo. And she leaned over, she went like this, and I put my ear to her, right next to her, and she said, Toreador, don't spit on the floor, use the cuspidor, that's what it's for. Does that, to either of you, does that sound familiar?
That's the English translation of the original lyrics.
No,
isn't it?
no, we used to sing that when I was a teenager. You know, whenever we heard that tune, we used to sing those words. It's like making fun of Figaro. Or...
But Papa, that was on The Simpsons. Bart Simpson does that.
What she just sang?
Yes.
Well, that's as old as the hills. That's
my God.
That's as old as I am, at least.
Oh my God. I just said, Joni, you ruined my song.
I did, and she laughed, and she loved it.
Oh my God.
Justino,
and in the meantime, I'm in the corner with her, literally singing Lambert Hutchinson Rocks tunes, like jamming with Brandi Carlile and Joni, like jamming in the corner.
So great that she was honored the same night. And Justino, you got to make the actual film version of Carmen, right?
Yes, with von Karajan in Salzburg and Grace Bunbury, and it was a wonderful movie. It's the first one. Then later on, there've been a couple of more, you know, since the advent of the operas on film, you know, which is very good for the business.
But let's hear how the Toreador song actually should go.
Señor, señor, car avec les soldats. Pour plaisir, ils ont le cirque après ce jour de fête, le cirque après Ottawa. Le spectateur,
Yes.
Wow. I was 25 years old.
Wow.
My goodness.
So much power.
But Papa,
So much...
was that Grace?
That was pretty good.
Was that Grace Bunbury?
Of course. Yeah.
Okay, so Seth, so it cuts to Carmen, that beautiful woman in the white. She was present. She was on the broadcast. She was the woman in red.
Oh.
His first Carmen. She was the Grace Bunbury, the great Grace Bunbury.
By the way, just on a side note, we're getting all these donations to the Actors Fund.
Oh my God, yes.
Will you go to the private chat and go to donation new number 5?
Number
6.
Number 6.
Number 6.
Oh, in honor of Natascia and her father Justino, and of course, a big Obi hello to Seth
Oberlin.
Thank you for making such a difference in all of our lives, especially over these past 2 challenging years. Your friend Diane in New York, $100.
Yes.
And read the next two, please, Natascia.
Yeah, keep going, girl.
Okay, so Diane Kelber.
No. She's doing the donation. So the actual one is just in the message. You'll see it.
Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Okay. In a time when it would be easy to get discouraged, the Stars in the House staff and guests continue to bring joy and hope. And the hashtag Sith family inspires me. Thank you and happy holidays to all. Elizabeth from Oregon, $25. Thank you, Elizabeth. Donation date. I'm about to be unemployed myself. But $25 to the Actors Fund in honor of Natascia's contributions to the DC area theater, especially Mary Magdalene and Jesus Christ Superstar at Signature. Megan from VA, $25. Megan, hang in there. Hang in there. Hang in there. We will come back. The Actors Fund is there for you if you need it. Oh, thank you so much. More. Hi, Natascia and Mr. Diaz. Huge congratulations. It was wonderful to see you both on TV last night. As an opera fan and a Signature Theater fan, I am a total fan of you both. Greetings from Pittsburgh. Just moved here this summer. We'll miss seeing you in person, Natascia. Thanks, Seth and James. Blessing on all of you. Scott from Pittsburgh, $100.
Wow.
Seth, this is the magic of what you guys have been doing. Like, Papa, is it every week, every day?
Well, we did it twice a day for the first 3 months of the shutdown, and then every day, and then in the last maybe 2 months, once or twice a week.
Bless you. Bless you both.
No,
thank you.
It's incredible because now, of course, I've been so lucky, Seth. I mean, coming back to this, I feel like every job I've had, I did On Your Feet in August, went right to Our Wilderness at Hartford Stage. I felt like I feel like I'm in that cartoon, like dodging the COVID. I mean, and everyone, and the mood. I feel like everyone is so not rusty, but there's we're so cautious. I mean, we rehearsed a play with masks on for 3 weeks. I didn't even recognize this big, television star who was in our play because it is masked, Michael Boatman. And I was like, oh my God.
You love him.
So there's a tentativeness. I mean, we're all so willing and so eager, but there's this it's put everybody in a very strange and interesting place, right? I mean, emotionally, because we're always the ones who'll be like, let's get up, let's go. We're always ready to go. And now there's this sort of gentle tentativeness of is it okay? How much can I? And I'm talking across the board, from the production staff to backstage, not just the actors. There's this nervousness or it's been everyone's tender. Everyone is very tender and raw right now. And I feel like by the skin of our teeth, this magical evening happened. I mean, it was bliss.
Oh my God, was it amazing? We of course watched the actual event. And but wait, before I forget, speaking of donations, Natascia, would you talk about your experience?
You have an Actors Fund story, don't you? You have a personal Actors Fund story. Do you mind sharing?
It's of course, it's nothing grand, but at the time, it really was oh my God, people are here to help you. It's not just lip service. They're really here to help you. I applied, I talked to someone, and they were there. I went to the church and I picked up my $800 check. And it was, I was so touched by that. And I baked them all lasagnas to thank them because I didn't have, anything. What am I going to give them,
Right.
And of course, every time we can come out with a bucket, Papa, every shows do an Actors Fund performance. So they donate all the proceeds. I love explaining this to my dad. And then you can actually Signature. And a lot of theaters, there's a period of time where after the show, they will come out into the audience, into the lobby. And as people are coming out, they have buckets. And people make donations for a period of time to really sort of up the donations.
Yeah, that's great.
It really is. It's a real thing. And God knows, Seth, everybody needs it now so badly. This situation with healthcare in our country. Yeah. I wanted to say to Biden at when we were meeting him, I was like, how's that art czar going? How's that?
I know. We need Justino, there's a job for you in the government. Hey, I wanted my audience to see the combination of the ballet training from your mom and the singing
there you go
from your dad that turned into this. Here's Natascia showing all of her talents together. Work.
I like the shores of America. Comfort is yours in America. Now tell me yours in America. Wall to wall floors in America. I see and one. Was you shot at the get-go? Everyone there will give big cheer. Everyone there will have boo. Hey, Rosalia.
Well,
Yeah.
yes.
So long ago. I learned how to do that role through all of the time. Like I danced that like a linebacker. By the time I did it at Signature, she was effortless. I'm telling you. And there were, I mean, there's girls that were in the movie that were dancing behind me at Signature.
Nat, were you the understudy with ABT, NYCB, I mean?
Oh, well, so Nancy Ticotin, who was, because by the way, here's the story with Anita's. You needed to earn your status as the next Anita. And by earn it, meaning you had to like be in the productions at Bosch, be them in Europe, and learn it from Alan Johnson, learn the real stuff. And so I was working my way up. Nancy Ticotin I think she was coming out of aging out of it, but she was the one at the time. And they were doing the West Side Story suites. This was Jerome Robbins, and he was very much alive, and they were going to do the West Side Story suites with the New York City Ballet. Alan Johnson, who was an original cast member who did all of the European tours.
Yeah.
I had already did it for him. That's where I met Andrea and Peter. And we had done it for 3 months together, 4 months. And he found out that it was going to be a national tour. And he said, Natascia, I want you to go meet Jerome Robbins. They're looking for a cover because they wanted someone who could sing, not just a ballerina. So this is your audition basically for the tour. And so you have to go and do America alone in a room at SAB for Jerome Robbins.
Wow.
Like you do.
Yeah.
And so I went in, and I mean, it's hard to do. I had already I did it, so I knew it, but it's hard to do with a piano, and it's doubly hard to do by yourself with a piano. So I did it. Da 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 da. All right. And I literally I collapsed in front of him, and he laughed, and he was like, "Good, that's good. You don't have to work so hard." He's like, and he gave me a few corrections feel wise.
Right.
Because I think if you'll notice, Seth, there's something about how the original people approached this choreography. There is a ease. That's like Luigi. It's like cool is much more emotional, not just like steps. It's all about, it's secondary.
Stylized a little bit. Yeah.
It's secondary to the emotion. So that's what looks different. They're not dancing. It's all like, it's saying something. It's trying to say something without words. And that's basically what it took me the rest of my life to learn.
But you went on, right? You went on for Anita. You went on that SAB thing.
Well, I had danced for like 5 hours that day. I had been doing the Fosse, because you could go in and out of the Fosse workshop. That's right. And I was so excited because I had done it. And I was like, oh my God, I did the Fosse workshop. And of course, the call. And I was like, hi, can I help you? They're like, yeah, well, Nancy has lost her voice. So you're going to go on. And I was like, but I just danced for 6 hours and I don't have any shoes and I've never been rehearsed.
Wow.
So I went up to the New York City Ballet. I'm up in the rooms with Paul Giammagnani and Jerome Robbins and Jacques Soto, who's dancing Bernardo. and we were going through dancing, touching each other, because I'd never done the dance at the gym stuff with him, but it's the same choreography. And I'm in a little bun because they don't have a wig for me. And I'm wearing Nancy's dress, and I'm in my my sandals, and I'm on the West Side Story suites are on at like 9:30 or 10. And so they prepared me, and then I'm there. And we did America. We did Dance at the Gym, America. And I will never forget it. I had one moment of lucidity. When I looked out, I just looked out at the State Theater, and I went, I like, oh my God,
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that story. First time I hear that story.
Are you serious?
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
I would have remembered.
Well, yeah. So I had one moment of lucidity, and then I was like, when it was like it's the same thing when I heard Cheetah the first time I ever heard in that album. Struck that moment.
Yeah.
Struck a match in me that has never gone out. So I danced so much like this, and afterwards, Jerome Robbins and Nancy were both in the audience. I was 25. And I was like, how did I do? He was like, it was good. It was good. It was really good. And Nancy was like, yeah, it's great. It's great. she and I talk. We love each other now. So, but I remember I walked out of there, and I walked the wrong way down Broadway, and I just like, and by the way, the entire in New York City Ballet and the Wings, all watching me.
Of course.
Martins, everybody, my old classmates who were now in the company, because I went to SAB. So it was like, oh my God. And needless to say, and I just, Seth, we're not really used to looking at ourselves this way, but it took me just this time to realize that I was the last Anita that Jerome Robbins chose.
Whoa.
Himself and Arthur, because you had to get approval for that tour from Jerome Robbins and Arthur Lawrence. And it was me and Marcy Harriel.
Wow.
And in Natascia, in total, how many Anitas do you figure you've done? 400, 500?
No, Papa, no. It doesn't compare to yours.
No.
You can't. It doesn't. It's, because we have shorter runs. We have, but it was every single one I remember, like it's like a crystal. And I could dance to that music until I die. But it was to really, it's and Papa, that my dad sang with Bernstein. He called him, God.
Yeah.
I mean,
I once followed him. I said, and I sang a little bit of Candide. Me sale una hernia, which is this Spanish, and I said to him, Lenny, why did you write that West Side Story like Puerto Rico, you ugly island? And those words have been changed. But he said, oh, Justino, it's only a show. I said, yeah, I guess you're right.
But
it's only a show. Slack up, But Consuelo was done in the original by Rary Grist.
Yes.
And Rary Grist became a very, very famous opera singer. Thank you very much.
She transitioned
and I got
to
to
opera.
sing. I got to sing with her. We sang Barber of Seville. All right.
Well,
And
Papa, I was very proud of you when you did this soundtrack to South Pacific.
Yeah.
Yes. Emil Tebek on the original soundtrack. And by the way, Justino, you actually sang at your awards ceremony. Take a look at this.
Heard all my colleagues in this great honor. I said, I wonder how I would have sounded in this hall. Listen to that acoustic. So, with your permission, I'm going to try it here. I haven't sung in over 20 years.
That's from the drinking song by Iago in Otello, by the way.
Your classic role.
So,
Okay, so James, wrap it up.
So before we go, we talked about the show itself a couple of weeks ago was 4 hours long, and so a lot had to be cut. However, Natascia, you sent us this amazing footage because not all of the song that you and your sister sang made it. So tell us what this is.
This is Mi Viejo San Juan.
Yes, but before I do that, my father has appropriately adjusted his.
Yes, he has. Look at that image. Absolutely.
So.
I love it.
Well, look.
As you should, by the way, as you should.
It's a little me, so.
Seth, does this explain stuff about me now?
It's mine to do as I wish.
I hope this explains me a little.
In a good way.
In the best way. Yeah.
She's cuckoo, yeah.
Yeah. I am the daughter of a man who wears a cape.
There you go.
Yeah.
And has a bust.
That's who I am.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That is right. Amen. So let's go to this song. So Papa, obviously we can't, we don't join you in the sphere, the vocal sphere that you're in, but we sing, Katya and I sing in our ways, and we wanted to honor you with this. And our mother had this, we had this idea. And it was just like, what would really be touching? And I have to also say the Kennedy Center did an incredible job. They listened to every story, took pictures of every album. They asked questions about him, about our lives. They were so reverent in cobbling this tribute to him.
How nice.
It was paramount that he felt seen, appreciated, reflected in the very tenderest of detail. And it was so touching, Papa.
Yeah.
And so this part of it was this song. Papa, could you explain?
Well, it's a very touching song. The composer wrote it for his brother because his brother asked for a song about yearning to go back home, during the Second World War, and it's about having to migrate, to the United States, and I say I long to go back home. It's one of those sentimental songs.
And it's in a positive way.
I did not know that Natascia and Katya knew that song or even had heard it. And it was such a surprise when Natascia started in Mi Viejo San Juan. I said, what? I nearly jumped out of my seat, and I remember Joni grabbed my arm. I said, relax, take it easy. I said, I lost it. I started crying from
it is a song, and I think, Seth, this is the thing about representation. This is a thing about about immigrants and people that come from other places and come to the States to do great things. There is still this, I think immigrants are the bravest people in the world, because, you know, when you hear, and Papa, you know, we spoke Italian in our house, but more than ethnicity, you know, our house, it was about art. Our ethnicity was art, great art. But when, you know, for Papa, I mean, you know, I know to hear your native tongue, same thing with my mother, to hear Italian, there is something that just gets you that you can't explain. Yeah. But you can try to imagine what, and this is what was so beautiful to me about Anita, because the idea of what America was selling to these poorer countries, that is what everyone, that is what she wears. It's America's the best. Yes, why wouldn't I wear purple dresses and be fabulous? And then it gets twisted. The illusion breaks.
Right.
But this expression from this song, it touches everybody. Papa has said it touches everybody.
Yeah, every Puerto Rican, you know, just telling the story to my friends, when Natascia and Katia got up and started singing, they started to cry out of listening to me tell them the story.
Okay, so Papa, we're gonna share it. It's only a rehearsal, but and hopefully we'll be able to get the actually beautifully shot thing. Yeah. But it was what we have for now. So yeah. It's important to show the whole song because it's beautiful.
Watch, it's so beautiful.
And now, with a special performance for their father, Natascia and Katia Diaz.
En mi viejo San Juan, cuántos sueños forjé en mis noches de infancia. Mi primera ilusión, mis cuitas de amor, son recuerdos de alma. Una tarde me fui hacia extraña nación, pues lo quiso el destino, pero mi corazón se quedó frente al mar, mi viejo San Juan.
Yay. Amazing.
Papa.
Beautiful. And your mom is watching. Your mom is watching and commenting, by the way. It's very sweet. She said that she really nailed it with the song choice.
Yes, she did. Yes, she did. But because she knows. But it's. I mean, the song is. But you know, and fate took me to a far away foreign land. But my heart stayed in front of the sea. But my heart remained in front of the sea in Puerto Rico. I mean, it's like, and then he says, I could not go back to the place that I loved, the patria. My hair turned white, and my life was starting to leave, but I don't want to die away from you, Puerto Rico of my heart.
And for In the Heights fans, in the middle of a Carnaval de Barrio, she sings "Adios, adios," which is based on.
Yeah, that's a quote. That's a quote from Mi Viejo San Juan. Yeah.
Seth, that is brilliant.
So Miranda must know that very well.
Of course he does. Oh my God! I sent you Carnaval too.
By the way, Natascia, I was at when you went on for Anita. You must have called me that day. I went to see your performance.
You were there
with the ballet. Yeah, you must have called me because I saw it.
How do I not know that?
And didn't you get that bump on your head after?
Well, that was the part after I was walking away the wrong way down, and I was like, "Why is my head killing me?" And then I went, because I didn't bump into anything, and I went, "Oh my God." I was so like this. Da, 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 wait.
Wow, there we go.
And I kicked the front of my head from the back. I hit.
Foot went over the head and hit her
over the head. Yeah, because that's how when you're tired and you have to dance something as exhausting as America, and sing, that's what happens. But oh my God, Seth, I didn't remember that you were there.
Known you a long time, lady. See, there
we are.
Oh, look at that!
There you are.
Oh, fabulous!
On your radio show.
I know you gotta come back on. You guys, we had the best time.
Thank you both so much. And congratulations.
What a treat to be here. I'm so proud of Papa. I'm so proud of him. I really hope that this will augur a time that people appreciate opera. I mean, what did you say, Papa, about it? It is the highest expression of, it's not removed from a dramatic experience. It's not other. It is the highest, most intense emotional experience.
Totally, yeah. It's about life. It's about giving. It's about love. It's very simple. It is very simple, and that's what we try to do. Whatever you do, you have to do it with care, with love.
Well, and what happened in our, I mean, my dad, my mom, me, I think we're storytellers first. So if you have a moment of, if you sing or you dance and there's nothing that is informing it, we don't know why you're there. And both of my parents were exquisitely interpreters of truth through music and dance. And musical theater is hopefully in its best form, literally the marriage of the two.
Yes, an amalgam. You come from a great legacy, man. Justino, we want to see you again. Thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you both.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Yes, you can look him up. He's around. He can
keep those donations coming in.
Yes.
This
oh my
is
God.
great. This is great. What you guys are doing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
And everybody stay safe, for God's sake, please.
Wear damn mask.
Yeah, for God's sake. All right. Bye, guys. Good night. Good night, Natascia. Yes. So Seth, I know we're running long, but we want to thank. We have two things. One, it's a light just like really crazy bright.
Right now, it is on you.
I look like I'm. Well, there we go. You know what? That's actually a little bit better.
Two things we have to do.
two
We want
things.
to thank our new sponsor. We have a really fun video we're going to show.
That's right.
And then we're going to end with a song.
So that's what I was going to ask you was the order. So we want to thank. We were here a couple of months ago with, if I remember correctly, the Glee versus Fame game night, and we introduced Staging Concepts as one of Stars in the House new sponsors. And as I said earlier at the top of the show, David Katz put the script together and filmed it and edited it. And we are going to play it now. And then
We haven't seen it yet.
We haven't not seen it yet. And then we're going to follow it with
A final Christmas song.
Final Christmas song. That's right. Here we go.
As most of you know, we recently welcomed a brand new sponsor to Stars in the House. Staging Concepts is the national leader in producing custom staging solutions for all types of venues, including theaters and performing arts spaces for all levels, which is why they're such a perfect fit.
To give you an idea of the breadth and depth of their portfolio and capabilities, we'd like to take you on a little tour across America.
For more than 30 years, the Minneapolis-based company has been committed to elevating the abilities of all people to safely access and enjoy amazing life experiences,
including such events as the American Country Music Awards, the Sundance Film Festival, and the NCAA Final Four tournament. First stop, San Diego, where Staging Concepts recently played a major role in the development of the awesome Rady Shell at Jacobs Park, home of the San Diego Symphony and host to more than 110 live performances and events each year.
Staging Concepts contributed 92 custom platforms to support the orchestra and seating risers. The risers are modular, so they could be rearranged to accommodate varied performance formats. They also provided 6,000 red chairs to give the venue a pop of color, along with fold-away table attachments for added convenience and spatial distancing. You know who performed there? Jennifer Holliday. And Chita Rivera. Chita. Next up, Denver, where you can find Staging Concepts along with some of the music world's top acts at Mission Ballroom, a state-of-the-art concert venue.
To optimize the usability of the space, Staging Concepts designed a rolling stage that can be used completely assembled or detached to accommodate both large and intimate performances, all while providing the feel of a full house, no matter the audience size. We love this next venue, and I'm not just saying that because I'm from Texas. The Tobin Center for the Performing Arts in San Antonio is one of the most beautiful and beloved performing spaces in the country.
If you ever have the privilege of seeing a show there or performing there, you'll definitely come into contact with our sponsor. Next, we head to one of our favorite theater cities.
Yes.
Chicago.
That's right. Staging Concepts has done lots of work with theaters in the Windy City. Very good, Seth. Including the Chicago Shakespeare Theater, the Theater School at DePaul University, and the Tony Award-winning Looking Glass Theater.
When Looking Glass Theater Company opened its new home at the Water Tower Waterworks building on Michigan Avenue, the Staging Concepts team employed its most flexible equipment for the theater's 2 seating areas. For the main floor, they engineered a modular seating riser, while the balcony features removable seating wagons that allow for multiple configurations.
But Staging Concepts doesn't just work with high-profile professional venues. Much of its work is done with schools across the country, from elementary to university facilities.
For the Hastings High School Performing Arts Center in Michigan, our sponsor provided an acoustical shell for the school, along with something near and dear to my heart, a flexible orchestra pitch filler that could be reconfigured to accommodate the needs of each student event.
The last stop on our whirlwind tour brings us home to New York City. And one of our all-time favorite venues, the Museum of Modern Art. Yes, they have a venue.
MoMA?
Yes, MoMA.
Don't tell MoMA. It features a staging system designed by our friends at Staging Concepts that allows for 12 different configurations, from proscenium and thrust to in the round, all using the same platforms and riser components.
Now that's a brilliant staging concept. Mm-hmm. We hope you've enjoyed this quick journey across America. We are so happy to be working with Staging Concepts. They are doing great things for the performing arts community across the country.
If you want to learn more about them, go to www.stagingconcepts.com and keep an eye out for their amazing work at your next performance. Thank you, Staging Concepts.
Thank you. Seth, you know what? I don't need your notes.
Okay.
He's giving me notes about about my performance. Okay, here's the thing. David, thank you, by the way, Staging Concepts, for your continued support of Stars in the House.
And David, that was an amazing
And David, that was amazing.
Your part.
But here's the thing.
David forced us to memorize.
We don't have cue cards. We don't have cue cards. And as most of you know who watch the show, we got a lot going on. We didn't spend 6 hours, or actually most of those sorts of things done professionally, seriously, are like a 12-hour day where everything is out there.
The end of the story is we didn't have cue cards. So
We didn't have cue cards.
James did a combination of he can't see and he memorized. So his Staging Concepts is wonderful space. Every word was panicked that he'd forget or not read properly. That was a crazy performance. Bye-bye.
It was only in that last part that happened. Okay.
We'll watch again and I'll deconstruct it.
That's right. That's right, Julia. Seth and his notes. You know what?
Don't tell Mama. Tig, thank you. That's
right.
A joke from an old show of mine.
Mama. That's right.
That's an old joke from literally 30 years ago I had in a show once.
Oh my gosh. Should we sing?
Yeah, we have a final holiday song for you guys.
Yes, let's see. All right, I said this is my favorite. Let's see if I can do it any justice at all. And yes, I have the words hung up here. Full disclosure, it's a continuation of our joke from Tuesday night. I have a conflict of interest with this song.
Oh wait, James only laughs like this when he's really tired.
I am really tired. That's right, James in stitches. I'm surprised I'm not speaking with a majorly thick Texas accent at this moment. All right. Have yourself. I gotta start over.
I just realized I'm doing a different key.
Is that what it is? Okay. Because my pitch is pretty good, and that was like really throwing. There we go. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, your troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years, we all will be together if the fates allow. Until then, we'll have to muddle through somehow. So have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Good night, everyone.
Wait, you just got a thumbs up from Justino.
Oh
my
Justino!
God. I can't believe you were watching.
Yes.
Beautiful voice. Beautiful voice. Wow.
Oh.
What a treat. What a treat.
Oh,
really.
wow.
That's singing.
Thank you,
Yes,
Justino.
What a way to end. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Justino. What a great ending. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
How beautiful. I'll play us out. Da, da. I don't know the rest. Da. Oh, God. The only opera I know. Here we go.
There we go.
Hardcore 24. Crazy Meowman. Da da da. What else do I know? What the hell is that? Da 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 da. Okay. Listen, I'm a classical pianist, but I don't know opera. One thing I know.
That's right.